Hello, 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 and welcome to today's episode of Her Version. This podcast is dedicated to sharing stories of struggle to triumph, a platform that allows individuals to tell their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. For those of you that are new to this podcast and like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow, like, and share. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. Let's jump right in. So with all this talk, as far as, all of the hurdles that you've gone through and how you just pick yourself right back up and you just get back on the horse and you barely spend 24 hours on it. Have you ever had a disempowering belief, like besides the starving artist? Is there like anything else that ever kind of like held you back from going forward?
That you have to have a degree.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It's a way that people use to not promote you, to make you feel less than. And we know that that's sometimes socioeconomically based, that kind of discrimination. So what I did, though, was I went back to school and got my degree. But still, I mean, I know some super powerful people who never got a degree, some super talented people who, it's not something that you need to listen to. If that's not for you, then don't do it. It's not that it wasn't for me, but when I was a kid, my mom didn't know how to get me from high school to college. She didn't know about financial aid and stuff like that. So, despite the fact that I really wanted to go, it was not possible. So I would just say that would be the other thing that I believe that held me back a little bit. And I would just say to people, don't let that hold you back. So either fix it, go back to school early, not, real late like I did, or just get past it, find a way to, get around it.
Where do you think you got that problem solving from? Because people aren't normally like that. Where did you get that from? Where you just like get right back up?
It comes from above,
Wow.
It comes from just, I guess, always aspiring for more. I don't, I'm a very positive person. I don't like living in negativity. And I think that the longer you stay in negativity, that's right, son, plan your work and work. As long as you stay in negativity, that's a dark place to be.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to stay there?
Yeah.
You got to, that's all. You just move on out of it. And so I think that aside from it being an innate thing within myself, it's not a very pleasant place to be, in the dark and in the aftermath of failure and disappointment. And so I would just say that it comes from not wanting to be there, that I solve the problem as soon as I can. I immediately start to think of, a good example. Today I was working on some photographs for a client of my art, and I was like, oh my God, I am not going to, that's going to take me an hour to do that. So how can you fix this? How are you going to do this? There's got to be a quicker way. There's always, my husband and I were talking about a crazy old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. That was a terrible saying, but it's very memorable. So I'm like, okay, so what's the other way to do this? There's got to be another way. And I came up with it. And it took only 10 minutes as opposed to probably an hour it would have taken. So it's just, yeah.
I think it's also important just to see how far you can go. Like, think of all of the things and the businesses that you were able to create and grow from and learn from because you didn't sit in it for too long. Like if you would have sat in the failures for longer, you probably wouldn't even be doing this art thing yet. Right? Because that time, that space in between each failure would have taken up a lot of weeks, months. People dwell in things for a long time, you know?
Right.
So because you're
Right,
able
they
to
do.
pick yourself up so quickly and just next, 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 you're now living in a space of what you like ultimately wanted a long, long time ago,
Yeah.
ideally, but because you just kept, you know, next, next, next. I think that's so important. You know, the quicker you can get up, the quicker you can just get to the thing that's going to get you closer to the thing that you ultimately want to be doing. You know,
That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
continuing to evolve. So obviously you've been telling us a lot about business as we've been going along. Your website is below your name. So tell us exactly what you do. What do you do?
Exactly what I do.
Yeah,
Well, I bring team. So today, Studio 928 is bringing art to corporate teams around the country and internationally. We recently did a program with Red Bull International where we had teammates from Canada, Russia, the United States, and Canada on one call. So that's very much in line with my mission, is taking art internationally. But for right now, what I do with teams is we bring them into our studio via Zoom, and we ship our paints out to everybody. If I haven't held up my product before, I'm doing it probably for the 5th time. We ship those with our art brushes out across the country. And yeah, so basically the company selects the image that they want, or images if we're doing them more than one time over 6 or 12 months. And yeah, we ship internationally, and yeah, they get to see me taking them through some art pieces with watercolors, acrylics, and soon to be pastels. And we do engaging questions to get the team members to know each other better. Open-ended questions like, what's your favorite family tradition? Or, you know, just a host of those types of questions. And then also customize on-screen trivia so that whoever's organizing the event can tell us the demographics of the group, so that we make sure that everything is tailored for that particular group to get the best interaction within the team.
Wow.
And then, of course, yeah, we tape it.
While they're painting, you're interacting like purposefully.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, I can't be quiet for long periods of time. So I'm talking to them, I'm asking them questions, they're joking back and forth. Now, of course, it's not to say that we don't get certain people, like sometimes like accountants or scientists, they're very, like, they got to focus on that one thing. And that's it, you know. So I kind of feel like, wow, you know, I'm bombing out here, you know, I'm doing my stand-up and nobody's laughing. But then I find out later that they've had the best time. They just love it. They come back again. We get a lot of repeat customers. And yeah, it's just that's how they submerge themselves in art. It's 100%.
Yeah.
It's not, there's no chitter chatter back and forth. So I just keep talking, you know, I try to talk less, you know.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Another learning experience. Learning experience. That's
you
so
learn
cool.
with each group, you learn, you know, you just adapt, you know. And sometimes when that happens, then we'll put some music on in the background, like jazz or something real nice classical.
Very cool. Wow, that's so awesome. So what does success mean to you?
That question. Well, okay, so there's business and then there's personal. So I would say in business, succeeding would mean that I have created a movement, a worldwide movement for taking time for art. That would be pretty amazing. Getting somewhere near there, that would even be better. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
In terms of life, my personal life, I think it would be just freedom, you know, having endless time with my family, being able to know that they're proud of me, visiting the places on my bucket list, Egypt, the pyramids, Nigeria, where I found out I'm 30% Nigerian. Hey, Nigerians.
Yes.
Venice, Machu Picchu. I think I feel successful now. I feel successful because I get to do what I wanted to do in terms of career. I get to do art every day if I want to.
Wow. Totally. Yeah.
That career that people were like, oh, you can't make any money doing it. It's too joyful. Here I am, doing what I enjoy. So,
yes. And the way you have it set up, you can actually do all that traveling and then still be teaching your classes.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. So it just took some time. It took some evolving, to get to where you are. But it's just continuing to move forward. Settling.
Right. Yeah. And it's funny, like if you are doing something now as a side business, side hustle or whatever, and you've been doing it for a while and it's not succeeding, does that mean that you can't succeed as an entrepreneur? No, it just could mean you're not doing that exact thing that is your passion. Like you're maybe doing something because you think it's a good idea or someone encouraged you to do it, but you don't really feel it in here that that's what you want to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like if someone tells you you can make a lot of money in sales. Yeah, you can make a lot of money, but do you love it?
Yeah.
So it does make a difference, if you really are passionate and you have that passion in you, it will continue to motivate you no matter what happens, no matter how people disappoint you. People in your family or friends are not supporting you. They don't like your posts. They don't, share, it's like, what does it cost you to hit the like button? Good grief, but you know what I mean? You're going to find all kinds of frustrations like that, but when you do find that one thing, I think that as soon as you do, you'll be successful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So for the ladies that are, and men, that are watching us live, still hanging out with us, I'm assuming they're resonating with what you're saying. I'm assuming that they're appreciating all the words, but they're still here, almost an hour in. I'm wondering what your advice would be to the females, only because this is predominantly a female, for all you men too, right now, that are feeling tired of the work, eat, sleep cycle. What would be your advice to them?
That is a good question. I would say just make sure you do something for you. Like, again, instead of going, woe is me, or, my life sucks, do something different. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So when you have to come home and deal with the kids and the husband and make dinner and do the laundry and all that, I'm sure nobody would be mad at you if you said, you know what, I need 2 hours over here and 2 hours over here, at least twice a week, so that you can have time. And, I know people say, yeah, but you don't know my life. But you just try to find some help. Join some women's groups.
Yeah.
Make some, go to the library, hang out, maybe it's just leaving the house that you need to do with your kids, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time since I had little tiny people in my life. So I know that it can be frustrating. But if you are at a place where you can reserve time, just make some time for yourself. Whether it's taking time to get your guitar out that you haven't played in forever, or planning a trip with your girlfriends, or just give yourself something to look forward to. I remember just recently someone told me, when you're planning for your goals for your future, don't make them so big and lofty that you have to save and save for them. Make a goal for yourself that is in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, something good that you put aside for yourself that you can look forward to. So I think that's where people get frustrated, is they don't have anything to look forward to. You know,
Absolutely.
maybe it's just an art class with a wonderful art teacher that you get to look forward to.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
where you get to invite your girlfriends. We'll sip some wine. You know, we'll tell some jokes. You know, you can get dressed up or be in your pajamas. We can make it a pajama party. Just make some time for yourself. Just schedule it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I love the fact that you are bringing arts and community together because, you know, I think a lot of times, for me at least, I view creativity or art as something that you do on your own by yourself to meditate. Not that you can't do it that way, but I love that you're bringing both together because I think that a lot of times us as humans in general, especially now in 2022, we are kind of separating because of the internet. You know, we are kind of off in our own world because we can just kind of communicate like this, like you and I. But this is so much better than just reading a post and making a little 2-sentence comment and a like. And now you know that, like, you know, your friend from high school got married or whatever it is. This is so much more intimate. So I love that you're bringing both of those together. I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I should point out that when we get together on a Zoom call, I can have up to 300 people in the room, or it could be an intimate group of 10 people, but you see each other. You can talk to each other. You can share your finished art with each other. And I just think it's important for people to take that time for art. And what happens when people, when they do art together, there's like a exponential increase of the vibe, you know, of the creative vibe. It's like when you go to a concert and everybody there loves that artist the same way you love it. It's like it increases your enjoyment because you're all experiencing this together. Or you can also equate group art, I guess you would call it, to like being outside in nature. Like spending 2 hours out in nature raises your spirits and your level of peace and joy in your life. And art is equivalent to that. At least I think so.
That's I would agree. I would totally agree. I love everything that you stand for. I love the fact that you kept going and evolving and you are what you are now. I think that what you do is brilliant. And I thank you so much for coming on here and sharing some of this with us.
You are welcome. I was wanting to figure out, is it possible for me to put the coupon code in the chat, or can I chat at all?
Oh, I could. Is it long?
Well, it's there's a block of text. I'm gonna here. I can put it in the private chat. Let's see if it works.
Well, in the private chat. Oh, okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah. I don't know if I can make that. Let's see. Let's just try it out. Let's see. Is it the bottom one or is it all of it?
Just all if you grab it all, then you'll make sure. So there's like there's the doodle class, there's the doodle download. Can't say that 3 times fast either. And then there's the link for the art classes. It's the last one. And you just have to put in the coupon code MEARTIST and it'll give you 10% off.
Yes, yes. So yeah, so just make sure you put that in all the comments underneath the videos and people can actually physically click on them. I think that'll be a little easier. Cool. I don't know how to if I put it in here, it'll only go to some, which I can.
Gotcha.
It'll go to some of them. And actually we'll find out which ones it goes to. So do you have any closing thoughts before we close up?
No, just thank you for having me here today and letting me tell my story, which I don't think I've done on a recording before. So thank you for that opportunity.
Yes, yes, yes. It's always great to go back and remember all those things that happened to get us to where we are. Because sometimes we're living our life, and this is why this platform exists. We live our life and we think that we are just doing what we have to do to make things work for our lives. There's actually people that are like suffering or in a darkness because they want to get to where you are. And the only way for them to understand is for them to hear like, hey, listen, yes, you know, Cheryl's doing great right now, but she actually went through a lot of the same stuff and thoughts that I'm going through right now. So if I just do what she did and react the same way she did, I can eventually get to where she's at. And that's what we're trying to create here. So I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome that you offer this. So great.
I love that.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close up. For those of you that are still watching us live, I so appreciate you taking some time out of your day to hang out with us. For some of you, it's noon. So you got to hang out with us on your lunch period. So thanks for chilling with us. I so appreciate that. Community is expanding every single day, and it's filled with females who are striving to do better than they did yesterday. For those of you that are new to this podcast and you like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow, like, and share. If you have an amazing story to share, make sure you reach out to me here or at herversion.life. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria, and I'm so grateful to be here